What's up? Shalom, brothers. Shalom, sisters. Uh, First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And I want to get a double honors out to the elders, the great millstone for bringing this truth. And I'd like to also give honors to the Akim that's pushing this truth to the four corners of this earth. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Cuz I see you. Yeah, and this video I'm doing right now today, I'm doing it because we're in a season right now where according to scripture, there's going to be a lot of false prophets rise up, and they're going to be preaching a lot of falsehood and a lot of untruths. And the main thing that you're hearing right now is that Esau is not the white man, and that's a lie. These guys around here talking about that Esau is the Arab, and these guys is going off, according to the scriptures, So I'm going to break it all the way down. When I get through breaking this down, there'll be no question in your mind who Esau is. So I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to go to Genesis 25 and 19. And I'm just going to break it down a little bit. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Pandanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian, and Isaac entreated of Yahweh for his wife. Right, it do tell us how he looked at birth. And it say, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. She couldn't have children, and they were getting old. And Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? Which meant, if this is, a holy birth, why am I having these problems that I'm having with these children and with this child? And so she went to talk to the Most High. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So it said, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And it say now, 2 nations means 2 nationalities, 2 nations of people. If you got 2 nations of people, that's 2 different nationalities of people. If you look up the etymology of the word nationality, it goes back to nation. So 2 nations is 2 nationalities, and 2 different manner of people means 2 different types of people, meaning totally different. And then it says, this is verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Okay, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Okay, so hold on, let me get it together. Okay, now notice how they described Esau. Notice that they described him. They didn't describe Jacob, but they just described Esau. Now, why did they feel the need to describe him if he looked like an average, ordinary person? But they didn't describe Jacob because Jacob did not look like Esau. That's the reason why they described it. Esau and Jacob were 2 totally different looking babies. They looked nothing alike. They looked like they had no business in the same womb together. Okay, so it say, they didn't describe Jacob because Jacob did not look like Esau. In fact, it's safe to say that Jacob looked average. There was nothing remarkable about Jacob that called for them to describe him or for them to make a description of what he looked like, because he looked like everybody else. So I'm going to continue on. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac, he favored Esau. He loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but his mother Rebekah, she loved Jacob. Now, two different and opposite manner of people that was just described in detail. They say Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field. Okay? Now, and it says Esau was a man of the field, a hunter, or a sportsman. And Jacob was just like an ordinary man dwelling in tents. So if they are indeed opposite, so if Jacob dwelled in tents, where did Esau dwell? We're going to get to that. We're going to get to where Esau dwelled at. Okay, now, Esau, he sells his birthright. We'll get to this part. And Jacob sighed pottage, means he made some pottage, some stew. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. You know, because he sold his birthright for that stew, this red stew. You know, and he was a red dude, so they called him Edom. Okay, his name was changed. They no longer called him Esau, they called him Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him. And he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils. That's the stew. And he did eat and drink and rose up and he went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Now, so Esau, he sold his birthright as being the firstborn son to his younger brother Jacob. He became known as Edom. So eventually, his descendants, you know, were called Edomites or Edom. You know, that's how it worked. That's how everything worked. You were called. They put that "ite" on the end of your name. Okay, now let me explain to you who his kids was. And these are the generations. This is Genesis 36 and 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. And Esau took his wives and his sons and his daughters and all the persons of his house and his cattle and all his beasts and all his substance, which he had got in the land of Canaan. And he went into the country from the face of his brother Jacob. And, you know, because they was all living in the same land. It said, for their riches were more than that they might dwell together. So they had so much riches, you know, money, what we call money these days. They had animals, so many cattle, so many sheep, so much gold, so much silver, so much linen, so many garments. You know, they had so much stuff that they were like bosses in their own mind. So they both couldn't live in the same land, because wherever they lived at, they was going to be ruling wherever they lived at, and they was going to clash like that. So it said, for their riches were more than they might dwell together, and the land wherein they were strangers could not bear them because of their cattle. They had so much cattle. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites, in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's son: Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau; Reuel, the son of Bashemat, the wife of Esau. And the son of Eliphaz were Taman, Omar, Zepho, Gadam, and Kenaz, were the sons of Adah's, Esau's wife. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife. So the brothers went in opposite directions because they was too rich to live in the same kingdom. Besides, Esau wanted to kill Jacob for stealing his birthright. Okay. Now, and it says, and Esau hated Jacob. Let me go back up. Hold on. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to their mother Rebekah. And she went and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Basically what she's saying, I'm talking about putting hands on your ass, boy. We're going to get you up out of here. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice and arise, flee thou to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's fury turn away, until thy brother's anger turn away from thee, and he forget that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee from thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life, because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob take a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these, which are the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do to me? So she didn't want him to take a wife of the Canaanites, which is the Africans, because they not our people. Okay, so Esau hated his brother, and he has a plan to kill him after his father dies. Esau has a hatred for his brother, just as his descendants, the Edomites, have an everlasting hatred for his brothers, Jacob's descendants, the Israelites. So how does Jacob? We know how Esau got his name Edom, but how does Jacob get his name? Okay, this is how Jacob got his name to be Israel instead of Jacob. Now Jacob was left alone, and this is Genesis 32:34, Salaki. Genesis 32:34 through 27. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. I see you, Corey. He said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as prince hast thou power with Yahweh, and with men hast prevailed. And then I skip down to Genesis 35:9 through 12. And it says, and Yahweh appeared unto Jacob again, when he came out of Padanaram, and blessed him. And Yahweh said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. That's how Jacob's name became Israel. And so Yahweh said unto him, I am Yahweh Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land. Okay, so now we just established who Edom is and who Israel is. We know eventually we conquered Edom, and they had to do our laws, our statutes, and our commandments, because that's what we did. So anybody who's in captivity to us, they're gonna have to follow our laws, and those are our laws, the laws of the Most High. So they began to overtake us again after we did evil in the sight of the Lord, because we always do good for a minute, and then we mess up, and the Most High punishes us. He put us in captivity. So we did evil in the sight of the Most High, we went into captivity. And these devils, they kept our name, but not our laws and our God. Now here go the proof. I'm going to show you the proof to that. Okay, this is John 8:31 through 47. Okay, then say Yahushua, who y'all call Jesus. Then said Yahushua to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know truth, and the truth shall make you free. They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? And see, this will let you know that these were, just like those people in Israel right now, those white people over there that's perpetrating, talking about they us, living in our land, while we over here in captivity, these the same people, white people. So you already know that they not our people, because we were in captivity so many times. Okay, this man just said they never been in captivity. So let me say it again, and then watch how the Messiah check them. Then said Yahushua to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. They answered him, we be Abraham's seed, and were never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? They fucked up right there. And Yahweh shall answer them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth forever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. I know that ye are Abraham's seed, but ye seek to kill me, because my word hath no place in you. I speak that which I have seen with my father, and ye do that which ye have seen with your father. So they answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. Yahweh said unto them, if you were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I have heard of Yahweh. This did not Abraham. Ye do the deeds of your father. Then they say to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one father, even Yahweh. And this is how you know these are the children of the devil. Yahweh said unto them, if Yahweh was your father, ye would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from Yahweh. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do you not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. For he was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. Those are these fucking Edomites. They are the seed of their fathers. These people just tried to claim our ancestry, our forefathers. They tried to claim Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh, yeah, they're the seed of Abraham. Everybody came from Abraham. But everybody didn't come through the seed of Isaac. Only us, through Isaac and Jacob. So, these people was perpetrating to be us, but the Messiah already knew that they was full of shit. You know? And then he said, and if I say the truth, why do ye not believe me? He that is of Yahweh heareth Yahweh's words. Ye therefore hear them not, because you are not of Yahweh. And this shows that these are the Khazarian, Edomites, Jews who are in Israel right now. These same people. And then, yep, and you're right, he did, yeah. Which is consistent with these Jews. They love goats. They love goats. And then I'm gonna hit Job now 24. I'm going to give you another little something to go off of. The earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So, who run the earth right now? Who's in charge? The Edomites, the white people. They run the earth. They the wicked. You know, one thing about the scriptures never lie, man. People can try to make a lie out of the scriptures, but the scriptures never lie. The white people they control the world. He said, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. We are the judges. Israel, we the judges. But people don't know that. So they're covered in the faces of the judges. They don't know that we Israel. We don't know we Israel. It said, if not, where and who is he? I mean, it's so cut and dry. Okay? You know, I mean, the so-called white man. And I'm going to ask you something. Why do all nations call Edomites cavemen? Why they call them cavemen? I'm going to hit you with Obadiah, and I'm going to start at verse 1, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said Yahweh, thy power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. And then the Most High told her, he said, behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, and thou art greatly despised, and he have. For our iniquities, he made us small amongst these fucking heathens. And we are greatly hated. We've always been hated because of the God we serve. You know? And how we always overtake them whenever we get back right with the Most High. You know? And that was the reason why they got together and conspired together so that we could not be a nation anymore. Okay? Then he said, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. Okay? This is why we call them cavemen. Because they have always been cave dwellers. It said, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. We all know white people love hunting, sportsman shit, living out in the open, in the grass, in the fields, in the mountains, all that. We are just the opposite of that. We don't like that shit. You ain't gonna catch black people going in no mountains. You don't catch us doing all that white river rafting, all that crazy ass bizarre shit. We don't do that. Because it's not in our spirit to do that. It's never been in our spirit to do that. But it's always been the Edomite or the white man that enjoys living life on the fucking edge. That's them. He said, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that have said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And then, and it said, and thy mighty men, O Taman, shall be dismayed to the end, that every one of Mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Okay, now who is Taman? He said, and thy mighty men, O Taman, shall be dismayed. Who is Taman? Okay, let's find out. We'll go to Genesis 36 and 9 again. And it said, and these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. These are the names of Esau's son, Eliphaz, the son of Adah, the wife of Esau, Reuel, the son of Bashemath, the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were Taman, Omar, Zephyr, Gatam, and Kenaz. So Taman is Esau's grandson. So now we know that these are definitely Esau's descendants. Come on, man, it's cut and dry. And then let me hit Obadiah 1:11-15. It said, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives, his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. It says, but thou should not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither should thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldst not have entered to the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou should have not looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the days of their calamity. It say, neither should thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So, when we escaped from fleeing Roman persecution with the Greeks and all of that, they hunted us down. They tried not to miss even one of us. They searched us out. They did not stop. They tracked us. And as they was tracking us, they were conquering countries as they went. You know, and the Roman general who was doing all this, who was in charge, his name was Scipio Africanus. And he named the entire region after himself. That's why it's called Africa today, because it's named after him. He conquered that whole region because he sent all his troops out, chasing us down, because Judah, Simeon, Levi, and Benjamin, the 4 tribes, we crossed over. That's the southern kingdom. We crossed over fleeing Roman persecution because they overtook us. And so we scattered out. But they had already made a plan to get rid of us so that the name of Israel would be no more in remembrance. So they wanted to kill us all off. They didn't want not one of us to escape. So they chased us down. They didn't stop chasing us. And they chased us all through the parts, what they call Africa right now. And those Romans conquered all those regions because guess what? When we ran through there were dark people there that looked like us. But they were Egyptians and Canaanites. Basically, they were Hamites. They were the descendants of Ham. And you know, those were our brothers. Because we came from the same people. Because Noah had 3 sons. Ham, Japheth, and Shem. Shem is the bloodline we came through. Our bloodline went through Shem. The Africans and the Canaanites and the Egyptians, their bloodline went through Japheth and through what's the name? So yeah, that's why we appear to resemble each other, but we're not the same people. So when we did that, as they was going, they conquered those lands. They conquered those lands. And he named that whole region Africa because his name was Scipio Africanus. You can look it up in any history book and they'll tell you the same thing. But and the Canaanites, who also hated us, they rounded us up and sold us to the Edomites right here in America. And that was prophesied in Deuteronomy 28:68. So while we was running, trying to get away, trying to blend in with them, they like, oh man, y'all fucking our shit up. They fucking us up. They done took us over. We gonna set y'all out. They sold us. They rounded us up. And they sold us to the motherfucking Americans. The Christopher Columbus and all the motherfuckers. They sold us to them. And they came and got us in slave ships. But way before this happened, it was prophesied in the Torah. Okay? This is Deuteronomy 28:49. It said, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. That's how you know it was going to be American, another extension of Rome. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. So, I'm just going to ask you this. Is America far from the Middle East? Yes, it is. Did the English language exist in Africa or Egypt or Jerusalem or Ethiopia or any of them places? No, it didn't. When we came to America, did they treat us fiercely and slaughter, beat and rape us, destroy us mentally? Yeah, they did. Do they do the same shit to us right now? Yeah, they do. Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And when you hear Egypt, just know that the word Egypt the word Egypt means bondage or house of bondage. And it says, and the Lord shall bring thee, because you know we already had went to Egypt, we got free from there. And it said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Yeah, that's how we came here, in ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee. And as far as our land, it say, thou shalt not see it no more again. Israel, we won't see it no more again. And we haven't. We right here in America. And it said, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. You know, back in the days, when you get into slavery, a person could buy you out of slavery. No man has bought us out of slavery because they couldn't, because the Most High said so. There was punishment for us for our iniquities. Now, we was the only race of people ever in history to be brought here or brought anywhere on slave ships, mass transportation, slave ships, thousands and thousands of bodies transported to Jamaica and Haiti and America, all in one little swoop in slave ships. We was the only race of people ever in history to be done like that. and sold to our enemies as bond men and bond women. Nobody has endured that. Nobody but us. And did we ever get bought out of our captivity? No, not to this day. We've had people rise up to try to get us out of captivity and try to save us. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all type of people, man. You know, Farrakhan, all type of people try to, you know, stand up for the black people, but it is not gonna work because the scripture said it wasn't gonna work. And it says, sold to our enemies. Who are our enemies? Our enemies are the Edomites. Yeah, that proves to you. That's your proof. Who the Edomites are. I broke everything down. The Edomites are our enemies. Period. From day one, from the womb. They fought from the womb. I just broke it all the way down and showed you who our enemies are. And our enemies are the Edomites. The Edomites are the so-called white man. The Arabs didn't have nothing to do with that shit. What the Arabs did was they came over there and they fucked them Africans up. And the remnant of our people who didn't get caught, that was blended in with them, they came over there and put the sword to their neck and made them choose Islam or death. Guess what they chose? And they rose up as a group of people, which consisted of some of them were Israelites, some of them were Canaanites and Egyptians, and they all went under the banner called Moors, and they went and conquered in the name of Islam. They went and conquered Sicily and Italy and all over there, you know, and that's the reason why, you know, these certain religions was forced on us through slavery and through bondage and through captivity. So if anybody ever try to convince you that Esau is not the white man, come back to this video or share this video to him. Make them look stupid. There's no way around it. All the way from birth, I broke it all the way down. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it. When a person provides you scriptural proof, precept after precept, line upon line, you know, and breaks that shit down to you all the way like that, you know, if you deny it, that means that you're a fucking reprobate. That means the truth is not in you and you're a fucking liar. You know, so take this truth, man. And again, I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem how he shot. And honors, I want to give triple honors to the elders out of Great Millstone for bringing this truth. And all you Akim, man, that's out here pushing this word, man, and sincerity, man, to the four corners, man. Peace to y'all, brothers. Shalom.